What's up guys, Houndish here, and today it's news. I suppose there's been a lot that is new this week, but Bungie offer a whole bunch of updates regarding Edge of Fate, fixes that they've just implemented, and a roadmap of upcoming patches to address certain issues in the game. On top of that, they confirm that some weapons are bugged right now, so we've got things doing more damage than they should, like the 3rd iteration scout rifle. They outline when those fixes are going to drop. They also are going to speak about the banned item list for the day 1 raid, missing rewards in the game at the moment, content which has been disabled due to a series of issues. All of this will be rounded up in Bungie's Twit this week, and we have a handful of other things to talk about as well. So if you guys find the video helpful, do us a massive favor, as around half the viewers on this channel aren't actually subscribers. So if that's you, and you want to get all the juicy intel around Destiny 2 as soon as it drops, then hit that button down below. But otherwise, let's get into it. We'll start from the top. D2 team said, "We're investigating an issue where the 3rd iteration scout rifle is doing more damage than intended when paired with anti-barrier mods and abilities. A fix will be implemented in the future to bring it more in line with other exotic anti-champ interactions." But for the moment, 3rd iteration, which of course is the Season Pass exotic for Season of Reclamation, is certainly overperforming, so definitely take advantage of that, because in general in the game, Bungie haven't disabled it just yet, and they will be fixing it next week. More on that in just a moment. The only caveat to that, Bungie did say there will be a disabled items list in the TWID, as well as further information on Saturday before the raid regarding any items which aren't going to be able to be used during the contest. So given that that list will be coming out in the next couple of hours, be sure to check the pinned comment down below. As soon as we have the full list, I'll add them to the top of the comment section. Almost certainly it's going to include 3rd iteration, and I'll update that list as we get further details. Additionally, Bungie said, due to an issue, conquest activities have been disabled until a fix can be deployed at a later date. If any of you guys know what the issue is, let me know in the comment section. I'm actually not sure. Of course, conquest activities are some of the new endgame activities for seasons, kind of replacing or being the equivalent of the previous Grandmaster Nightfall playlist that would rotate, so I'm sure they'll get fixes for that reasonably soon. Otherwise, they're aware of an issue impacting the competitive playlist where players are placed in higher ranks than intended after completing their placement matches. We'll provide updates when more info is available, but if you feel like you've been affected by that, you now know why. Bungie here though, prepare us for the edge of patch notes again, and they say as we continue investigating issue reports, we've identified root causes for many and are planning our resolution deployment timelines. So dates and fixes are subject to change, but in terms of future patches, on Tuesday, July 22nd, they're targeting update 9003. Hopefully, that will fix incorrect ammo gains on aerial denial frame launchers, as well as rocket sidearms and rocket launchers with the bipod perk. There'll also be fixes for additional Kepler-related soft locks and crashes, and the 3rd iteration scout rifle. So, as it stands right now, we have between now and next Tuesday to enjoy the slightly more powerful 3rd iteration, minus it being disabled for the weekend potentially. Following that update though, a week later on Tuesday, July 29th, Bungie are targeting fixes for matter spark motion sickness and visual improvements. A lot of people have been saying they've been suffering with motion sickness on the matter spark. I haven't had that problem personally, but I can see how it could potentially cause issues like that. Otherwise, holofoil visuals unintentionally have changed, and that will hopefully be fixed. Plus, the Tangled Web perk isn't suspending champions, so hopefully we'll get those on the 29th as well. Otherwise, they say they're investigating the following high priority issues, including leaving the Edge of Fate missions early, preventing players from relaunching them. Otherwise, they're also tracking audio issues on PS5 and crashes on PlayStation 4 when entering the tower. I've also heard a lot of folks speaking about crash issues in the game in general. It seems to be worse on consoles actually this time around. But there are a series of bugs in general that are impacting players, so I'd anticipate we're going to be getting quite a few patches in the coming weeks. Otherwise though, Bungie do say they fixed a couple of priority issues. One of them includes players can now complete the Edge of Fate campaign on alternate characters, so scrap what I just said about getting stuck at quest steps towards the edge of the campaign, hopefully. Otherwise, unstable cores will no longer get removed from inventories when alternate characters are created. And I'd heard a lot of reports about that one as well. I wasn't aware it was linked to characters being created, but hopefully those are now resolved. But give us any feedback or experiences you've had with them down below. On to a final few updates from Bungie here. They do talk about ammo, where there's been a lot of feedback with the new ammo meter system. Bungie say, in the new system, ammo bricks drop more frequently and consistently than before when defeating enemies, but they contain less ammo per brick. If you're feeling short of ammo, there are some build crafting options you can leverage to increase your ammo drops and amounts per drop. This is of course separate to specific weapon types which are actually getting less ammo than they should. But Bungie continue and say that all weapons except for swords have an ammo generation stat, which influences how much they contribute to the ammo meter. You can improve the ammo generation stat by using ammo gen armor mods on the chest piece, or the bandolier or abundant ammo mods on the weapon itself. On top of that, for finder mods on helmets, they say they directly scale all gains to the meter for the corresponding ammo type and they stack up to 3 times. Then scav mods on legs grant extra ammo on pickups for matched weapons. Additionally though, this is quite important, the newly introduced weapon stat from 100 to 200 also offers an escalating chance for ammo bricks to contain additional ammo, and your chance can be seen in the inspection screen. So keep in mind the enhanced benefit for that weapon stat, and it's very clear based on how ammo is dropping at the moment that for PvE, the ammo weapon stat is going to be a really important one. Everyone's going to want that stat above 100 to some extent. But they do reiterate they're investigating a few weapons receiving less ammo than they should, but they do add that they're continuing to investigate any weapon archetypes that are receiving less ammo than they should. Some of them were fixed in that hotfix yesterday, but it's possible that others will turn up in the coming days. A final mention, Bungie confirmed that the rocket launcher we can see on screen is planned to be added to the game with a future patch. Players were asking why it currently isn't in the game. We've seen this before with some legendary weapons, like back in Lightfall with the Apocal integration, which was later released in a different update. I think that rocket launcher is actually, looking at it visually at least, linked to the solo ops rewards that we can get from Portal, so it's probably going to be added into that playlist. Otherwise, a final reminder for contest mode for the raid coming up this weekend. It's set at 100 power, so completing Edge of Fate's campaign will get you contest ready via the drops that we actually get throughout the campaign, as opposed to a bundle that we get upon completion like we've seen in previous expansions. They also note that side quests and ability chests on Kepler will reward powerful gear, and you complete these during or after the campaign. When we did our campaign run, we left all of the blue side quests to actually sit on the map until we'd completed it. I started playing portal activities looking for power before I realized how good those side quests actually are for additional powerful drops. So a couple of my friends who've only really done Kepler stuff so far, but cleared out the entire first campaign run and all of the quests sitting on the map afterwards, got to around 150 power just by doing all of that Kepler stuff. So basically, if you're looking to get close to 200 power as soon as possible, clear out that Kepler map. It is without a doubt the most effective way to power level. If you rely on the portal, even though the drop rates are relatively good compared to in the past, it will take significantly longer than if you just clear out the Edge of Fate map. So clearing everything on Kepler, and indeed running the campaign on multiple characters, is going to get you to between 150 and 200 power faster than anything else in the game. So don't sleep on it. For today, that's what we have to round up. Keep your eyes on the pinned comment down below for the updated disabled items list as we get it. If you found this video helpful though, a rating really does help me out on the channel. I figured it was worth rounding all of these up because there are so many things worth being aware of, and they're all going to be in that TWID today, so I didn't really think it was worth hanging on for Bungie's actual blog because it's probably mostly on social media already. We can play a game and find out, I guess. As always, thank you for tuning in today. Again, hit subscribe if you want to be kept up to date, but otherwise, I hope you guys have an awesome day.